Hello, welcome back again. Thanks very much for joining me. It does seem like it is a long time since I did my last video. Things of business get in the way. I'm back in the workshop now, having had what was the world's leakiest workshop. The leaks have been fixed, the windows been put in, the floor has been redone. I've been a bit loath to come in here and make a mess, I have to be honest. But I'm back now, and what I'm going to look at today are Vase tubes that we have. We have had them for a little while, but I'm just going to run through a little bit about the product itself, why we chose the particular product, which is behind me. They come in pairs, we sell them in pairs. They're not particularly expensive, that's why sending one out would be a bit of a waste of time. The Vase tube itself, which is here, is made of polycarbonate, which is the same as motorcycle visors, so it's pretty tough stuff. We could have got these in three different materials. The polycarbonate that we've got here, we could have got acrylic. Acrylic is clearer but brittle, but you're not going to be looking through it anyway, or glass. Glass, obviously, probably the cheapest of all the options, but extremely breakable. The other thing about using a form of plastic is that if you don't want the full length, and these are about 120 mils, you can actually trim them off to make a slightly shorter bud vase. So I'm hoping behind me, if my planning has gone correctly, to show you all the bits and pieces you'll need. I'm going to apologise now because I'm back in the workshop for the first time in quite a while, and having had all the work done to the workshop, I cannot find my normal camera mount, so I've got it somewhere different. The angles might not be absolutely perfect, but hopefully the principle of what I'm going to do will still be fairly clear. So let's have a look at all the bits and pieces I've got over there ready to do this little project. Right, change of plan. To save me moving the camera, I've brought the stuff here and I'll hold it up and show you. So as I said, the Vase tubes themselves are about 120 mils long. At the top, not the flute at the very top, at the top here, you need a 22mm hole. An odd size, you might think. I'll come to that in a minute. The wood blank I've got is here. I'm not quite sure whether the camera will pick that up. It's around about 60 by 60 square and 170 mils long. But as I said, you can trim the bud vase, so if you want to make a smaller one, you can do. I have also got, now here we come to the drill size, a set of drills here. Not normal drills, these are auger drills, but as you will see in there, if I hold that up hopefully, is a 22mm drill. A note of warning on auger drills: if you haven't used one before, we don't sell them, but they're commonly available. If I can get this one out, get that out of the way. Right, they have at the end a screw section. They will screw themselves into the wood, and you must be aware of that when you start to drill, because it pulls the drill into the wood before it starts going. Of course, you don't have to do it on a lathe. I'm going to do it on the lathe, but you don't have to do it on a lathe. You could do it on a pillar drill. You could use a hand drill to drill your hole to start with if you wanted to. The other bits and pieces we're going to need: a chuck. This is for the method I'm using, of course. A drive centre. I've got a 4-prong drive centre, a live centre, and of course it goes without saying you're going to need a lathe and some tools. I'm not going to run into those. One man's meat is another man's poison, as they say, as far as wood turning tools goes. What one person likes, someone else might not. I'm not even sure, it's been that long since I've been on here, if I can remember which way round to hold them, but we shall see as we go on. So I'm going to start off with my blank between centres. I'm just going to turn it down so I can put it in the chuck, and then we can look at drilling the hole. And that's probably the most difficult bit of it, other than the actual design. And once you've done that and can check that the tube fits okay, it's pretty straightforward. Having made a horrific mess everywhere, I've now put my chuck on here. I'm just using the live centre at this end just to make sure it's positioned centrally before we do the drilling. And what I forgot to mention of course, is you'll need a Jacob's chuck in order to put it in the tailstock for the drilling process, but you can drill other ways without any problem at all. So that's what I'm going to do now, tighten this up, make sure it's all secure, and then we'll look at the drilling process in the end. So I've got the lathe going really slowly. I've got my auger bit in here. I haven't got the tailstock locked off. I'm not going to wind it in, because what's going to happen is the little screw part, the auger screw at the front of the drill, is going to pull the drill in. So I don't want to pull it out of the quill. I want the whole tailstock to move it. Have I done this before? I probably have, but a long time ago. I can't remember quite what's going to happen, but let's have a go. Right, I'm going to have to lock it off and push the... I can feel it trying to turn. Just very slowly. I might have to go just a tad faster. Going to take this drill pretty much all the way in. Right, I'm nearly at the extent of my quill, so I'm going to withdraw that and reset the drill. You can of course let it cool down as well. There's no harm in doing that at all. And we can of course use the tube and check to see if we've actually gone far enough in there, and I haven't quite yet. It's nearly there. It's about, I don't know, a centimetre or so sticking out too far. The other thing I have to say is auger bits. This is quite a short one, come in all different lengths. I have got some enormously long ones, but they get quite difficult to use when they're really, really long. So I'll just go a little bit further. You'll see when the shavings can't escape, they start expanding, getting hot. So you need to, if you do have a short one like me, put it in and out and make sure you clear the flutes of the drill. Right, let's pop that in there. That's fine, that fits in okay in there. Right, what we're now ready to do is just shape and finish the actual the vase itself. That is really all the technical stuff required for the vase. So we can shape the end, finish the end, bring up a live tailstock, and then do the rest of the shaping and finishing on the outside. You'll see after the drilling process it's gone a bit wibbly wobbly, so I'm just going to put the live tailstock in again and just recenter it in the chuck. That should make the turning process quite a bit easier, he says confidently. That looks a bit better. Right, I'm just going to put a gentle curve down, so we start to hide the plastic of the tube as and when it's used. How am I going to do that? No idea. A little bit quicker than that though, I fear. Once of course you've got a shape that you're happy with, sadly I've got a little hole in this piece of wood, but never mind, it's sanding and finishing. I'm just going to use my homemade bowl sander that I always do, and we'll finish this off, and that is pretty much your project finished. Hopefully when I've done this in a few minutes I shall hold it upright, pop the tube in, and you can see how it works. So once you've got it as you want it, all we now need to do is part it off. When I part it off, I'm going to go in with a tool. Probably can't see with the camera at that angle, but I don't go flat because you tend to get a little bit that sticks out and your vase will wobble. So we just do a slight rebate into the centre of the base. It just helps it stand around the edge of the base for a bit of extra stability. So there we have our finished bud vase tube. It's not a small thing, it's not a tiny little thing, it's quite a size, but as I said, you can trim off the polycarbonate to make a smaller one if you wanted to. That's the finished thing, and it just drops in the top with a cloud of dust. Let me try and zoom in on that a little bit. There we go, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. So there's the tube in there. I'm not sure I've achieved quite the shape that I wanted to, but anyway, that is the principle of doing a bud vase tube. So there we go. I think what I should have done is gone a little bit narrower at the top to have a bit more curve in the body there. That's just the fact that I haven't been in the workshop. I don't think I've been in here for about, other than fixing it, for about 12 months or so. But of course you can make up your own design, and the designs that you choose are infinite, as they say. So I hope that's been helpful and useful. Thanks very much for joining me again. Until next time, take care in your workshop and enjoy whatever it is that you're making. Bye bye for now.